Hi, my name is Gabriel Garcia. I am a partner at a national law firm with over 20 years of experience practicing law across large law firms, in-house roles, government service, and entrepreneurship. I earned my JD from the UC Berkeley School of Law, where I served as executive editor of the Berkeley Business Law Journal, competed in international moot court, and was recognized for academic excellence. After law school, I completed an LLM in taxation at Georgetown University Law Center on a full tuition merit-based scholarship as a graduate tax scholar. Over the course of my career, I've practiced at global law firms, served as an attorney advisor to the United States Tax Court, worked in senior in-house roles in Fortune 100 companies and startups, and founded and led multiple law firms. I think the breadth of that experience gives me a practical insider perspective on both legal education and the profession that students are working toward. My practice specialty is in corporate and tax law for for-profit and nonprofit organizations. I also have a broad-based healthcare practice where I represent medical providers, community health centers, and federal grant recipients. My specialty in counseling law school applicants is helping them build a clear, compelling law school application that demonstrates both intellectual readiness and professional maturity. I work particularly well with non-traditional applicants, career changers, and those with a non-linear path toward the legal profession. Professionally, I continue to practice law at the partner level while dedicating a meaningful amount of time to admissions consulting and mentorship. I plan to expand my work in this space by continuing to help students approach law school strategically, confidently, and with a long-term view of their careers. At Berkeley Law, I received the Prosser Award for earning the second highest exam in the class Techniques of Financial Analysis. I also served in several leadership roles, including executive editor of the Berkeley Business Law Journal, and a participant in the Jessup International Moot Court Competition. At Georgetown Law, I was a graduate tax scholar on a full tuition merit-based scholarship, graduated with distinction, and earned Dean's List recognition. I also had the privilege of participating in the American delegation of the 2005 UCOTax European Conference in the Netherlands. And these experiences have shaped both my academic discipline and my appreciation for rigorous, high-level legal training. The key to success in law school is learning how to think strategically rather than reactively. Strong students don't just work hard, they understand how professors test, they understand how to structure arguments, and how to manage their time and priorities. And it's equally important to develop clarity and confidence, knowing why you're there, how law school fits in your broader goals, and how you're going to advocate for yourself, both academically and professionally. I also believe it's really important to stay true to yourself in the law school journey. It can be really easy to compare yourself to other classmates, what classes they're taking, what summer jobs they're accepting, and the types of law that they want to practice post-graduation. And it can really be a recipe for dissatisfaction for your career if you're hyper-focused on other people and what they're doing and not how you want to achieve your own goals and why you're on your own journey. I think what sets my approach apart is that I don't treat applicants as templates or checklists or data that can be plugged into an algorithm to give you a percentage chance of a school you might get into. I approach each applicant the way I would a client or a case, which is understanding the full context, identifying strengths that may not be obvious, and crafting a narrative that's authentic, strategic, and persuasive. And because I've reviewed writing at the judicial, editorial, transactional level, I focus heavily on clarity, structure, and credibility. And so my goal is not just helping applicants get in, but to help them present themselves in a way that admissions committees can take them seriously and see them as future lawyers. My greatest strengths are analysis, writing, and mentorship. I'm very effective at quickly identifying what matters most in an application and where an applicant may be underselling or overselling themselves. I provide candid, precise feedback, and I help students translate their experience into strong legal narratives for their applications. I'm also highly structured and reliable as a coach, and students know what they're getting when working with me, what they're working towards, why it matters, and how each piece of the application fits into the larger strategy. I've benefited tremendously from strong mentors at critical points in my own journey. I was lucky enough to have a father that practiced law for 45 years that guided me every step of the way through law school admissions and practice. I clerked for a judge that went on to become the Chief Judge of the United States Tax Court that taught me how to write precisely and persuasively in an area that really matters when you're writing federal opinions. So I've seen firsthand how transformative good guidance can be, and I want to pay it forward. And I know that law school admissions can feel opaque and intimidating, especially for students without built-in access to the profession. So I'm passionate about helping law students gain clarity, confidence, and agency in the process, so they're not just applying to law school, but making informed decisions about their future. Helping students find their voice and present their best and most honest case is work I find deeply meaningful, and I look forward to doing so with you.